We are filming a little Q&A today. We've actually tried to film this 3 times now, and it just didn't work. I just wanted to do a little Q&A because I feel like a lot of y'all don't know me, you know? They don't know me like you know me. We're gonna be talking about how I started YouTube, if I have any advice for people that want to, and fun thing, we're gonna be talking about some paranormal shit.
Yeah.
And there'll be a little story time at the end. This is Soph. Oh, and I'm Kili. They might not know me.
Okay, picture this. Cuddled in bed. And they're like, I need something to watch that's comforting. Click on this video.
Imagine. That would be sweet. I guess we can just get into the questions.
We're gonna start off easy, then go into fun.
Okay.
What was your inspiration to start YouTubing?
I first had a channel whenever I was like 12, 13 with my best friend. Honestly, what inspired us to first start was other YouTubers.
2014,
It was 2014. Just think about the most popular people at that time and we were watching them. We just like always kind of liked filming. I don't know if you know this because it's like really embarrassing. Whenever I was in middle school, like 7th grade mainly, I would take videos of myself. I would send it to a group chat of my friends.
It was a foreshadow.
For this channel, it's always kind of been a passion and I wanted to do it by myself ever since me and Victoria stopped.
So you know how I told you how I used to go compete for cheer?
Yeah.
I used to vlog it.
I love
and
that.
I have those videos on my phone still because I refused to delete them.
Why didn't you post them?
Because I was nervous, which brings me to my next question.
Ooh.
Were you nervous when you first started YouTubing?
Very much so. I still get nervous sometimes. Like, there's a car coming at me, I'm literally fighting the urge to scream and duck and hide. People don't care, unless they do. Filming by myself, I'm not nervous anymore, but I was nervous up until like last year. And you can tell in my videos, because I'm like so quiet and so baby boy. It's something I kind of grew out of, because I don't really care what people think of me anymore. So if you like me, you do. If you don't, toodaloo. That's what I like to say.
I want to talk about your outro.
My outro?
Your new outro.
Ooh.
I know who that is.
Yeah.
I don't think people know who's talking.
That's so
and
cute.
how old that fucking video is.
My little brother, he's like a couple years younger than me. It was like 2014 as well. We were obsessed with Preston Plays. He had this thing where he said Cactus Jones, and my brother was like, oh my god, like this is so inspiring. So my dad helped him set up a gaming channel. Started a channel called Cactus Jones, and there's this series that he has. He was building me a house basically in Minecraft. He kept trying to shout me out, and then at the end he was like, if you know Kili, check her out. And I just thought that was so cute, and I found that clip recently and I was like, I need to incorporate this into my channel somehow.
But your brother wasn't the only one with the gaming channel, so where did yours go?
That was such a good segue, Sophia.
Thank you.
Where did my gaming channel go? It is really hard to keep this channel alive whenever I'm in school full time and working in a photo agency. So I kind of put my gaming channel on the back burner. I do want to bring it back. I still think it would be Sims content. Maybe over the summer I can revisit that. She'll be resurrected at some point.
This is my most important question for you, which is why do you poop? You know what, actually, why don't you poop enough?
Why don't I poop enough? That is a good one. Struggling with that answer. I feel like I eat a lot of veggies and that gives you fiber, you know?
Put a lot of nutritional yeast.
Exactly. That just makes your piss neon green though. Gets me a lot of B12. Does that not happen to you? I didn't know this. IBS kind of has like various forms.
Which, that could be someone's Roman Empire. So what's yours?
You think shit is somebody's Roman Empire?
Yes.
It's yours.
What do you think my Roman Empire is?
It's literally fucking Joan of Arc.
It is!
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Amazing. Oh my god! Led the fucking French to victory at 17 years old! 17!
I don't have anything that I'm obsessed with to that level. I just wish that I was passionate about something. So when it comes to my Roman Empire, it's not like I like know everything about that subject, but Joanna Cedia is my Roman Empire and I stand by that. She's just a distant memory.
We're gonna take a break real quick.
Cut the cameras.
Cut the camera. So let's talk about something light and airy. Like a dessert. What's your favorite one?
If I had to pick one favorite, this is hard because I feel like I have a cavity growing.
Dilo, if you're watching this, please contact your kid about this cavity.
I don't have dental insurance. If my tooth dies, it dies.
You're gonna have veneers like Chica.
And I love that. But lemon bars are my favorite, especially the ones my grandma makes. Holy mother of pearl. you know. She made one for, I think it was Christmas or something, and she sent me home with like a big thing of lemon bars.
She
and
did
I
do that.
snacked on that like a little honey badger.
If you were an animal, you'd be like a honey badger.
They're actually ugly, I think.
How dare you? I thought you would have said like tiramisu, because I remember when we first started dating, you went through that phase.
My little brother got me sick because children are little germ infested
He loves the
beings.
outside.
I have not been able to eat tiramisu since then, and that's honestly devastating.
Is that your Roman Empire?
That might be.
That was a really fun memory though, like meeting your siblings and things like that.
Yeah, and I already know what you're gonna segue into.
Kili wouldn't know if we would have done this 2 more times. First things up the best I can.
No, and you are. Like, this feels like a new video. Like, I'm answering new questions. Sorry to interrupt your segue.
Would you say it's part of your top 5? And if not, obviously, what is your top 5? Because I don't know.
My top 5 memories?
Yeah.
For my 21st birthday, we went to San Marcos to see our friends. We went tubing. We swam all day.
We went kayaking.
It's like my favorite thing in the world. And I've never had that much fun in my life. And it was the best birthday I've ever had. So thank you. We're not very good at kayaking. In fact, I haven't done it before that time. Have you?
Yeah, I was a Girl Scout.
So you should have been a pro.
No,
instead,
that's like a far stretch.
we're going down the stream and we kind of lose our rhythm. We end up crashing into a tree, which wouldn't be a problem if the tree wasn't infested with spiders. And all these spiders, which is Sophia's worst fear, fell down onto us and onto the kayak. I jumped out of the boat. You were in there with like a pool of spiders.
I was paralyzed with fear. Listen, I have a really bad arachnophobia.
Our trip to Indiana, it was super short-lived because we were literally only there for a full day. Because we like drove up 14 fucking hours, but it was just so nice. Core memory for sure. Sabrina, I don't think she'll mind me mentioning her name. We were best friends ever since we were 10, and like life happens, we just didn't talk as much. But after her birthday, started all connecting again. She called us like the day after her birthday party, and she was like, hey, let's go to Indiana to see Five Sauce and see Victoria, mentioned before. That trip was beautiful. Like, I had so much fun.
Sabrina, if you're watching this, meeting you was the best day of my life.
Oh,
girl.
What's another favorite? My trip to New York.
Welcome to
It's been waiting for you.
Welcome to
You sing Empire State of Mind. I come in with bacon pancakes.
in New York.
Making pancakes, making pancakes, making pancakes, making pancakes. That was good. Whenever I heard that for the first time, changed my life. New York changed my life as well. I saw Dear Evan Hansen, related a lot. I grew up vegan. I was vegan until my parents got divorced, and then I was poor. I didn't try much food and like fast food, so I remember all of my firsts. New York was the first time I ever had boba. Basically just walked around New York by myself, and I found a little boba shop, and I was like, yes. That trip's a favorite memory. I have a lot of favorite memories. I love life. So if I don't mention a memory with you,
I still loved it.
Literally, the day before I went to New York, also a really special memory. I stayed at a friend's house. We ended up going skating around their neighborhood, and there was like this really steep road. They kept wanting to go down it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then like I eventually just did, and I just remember my mind being like, oh my god, this is what it feels like to fly. I faced my fears, and I think that was a turning point in my life. Last one, probably just like any weekend going to my dad's house. I think my favorite was just like me and my brother playing video games, and then my dad cooking dinner. Like, I love that.
So would you relive any of them?
I mean, this one's kind of sad because like while it was a really good memory, I wish I could relive it because I wish I could appreciate it more. Christmas 2018, I would go to Midland. Hey, shout out. My dad was born there. He has family there. Every other Christmas we'd go over there. We went in 2018, so we were supposed to go back, of course, in 2020. That did not happen. I haven't seen my cousins and my aunt on that side in 6 years. I just wish I could like relive that trip with the mindset of like, oh, this isn't gonna last forever. Because in my head I was like, I'll be here in 2 years. Like, I don't even care. I'll stay on the phone with my friends and like,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
Not the end. It's not over.
It's never over.
Does it stress you out? Like, the idea of you probably not seeing them for a long time?
It does. I've always been really anxious, and death especially, like, makes me so anxious. God, this is actually really sad. Like, I was like 9 years old and we went over to Midland and I was like, wait, if I only see them like once every 2 years and my grandparents will probably die when I'm like 30, I was calculating how many times I'd see them.
You do that with Paul and Sarah.
I do. I do that with my aunt and uncle that I only see like once a year, and I've always done that. It stresses me out. Time running out scares the shit out of me. I do that with my dad too. I'm like, oh my god, never mind, I'll start crying once I think about my dad dying. It's over.
So to combat that, what's your comfort stress food?
To combat impending doom, my favorite food recently, it's been like my homemade Panda Express bowls, but my all-time stress food, comfort food, vegan mac. And I have a very special recipe that's actually not like a family heirloom.
It really feels like it.
If you just look up simply organic vegan macaroni, it's that. Every time I make it, I just feel like a warm hug.
You've been doing YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
And you've said multiple times that like if this were to be a career, you know, that would be your go-to option. Do you feel like a veteran when it comes to YouTube?
I do and I don't. Like, there's so much I don't know with like having this as a career, but I don't think anybody is because it's so new.
For the people who are barely starting out on YouTube, what advice would you give them?
I kind of have two sets of advice. The first one I'll always give is literally just do this for you. There's no guarantee that it will go anywhere, and if you set these like really high expectations, you're gonna get disappointed. If you're doing this without passion, literally what's the point? If you're like actually serious about having this as a career, I shouldn't get into this. The amount of people that want social media as their job instead of like jobs that we need is actually kind of scaring me. I'm actually thinking about doing a car key about this.
You should.
If you're like actually wanting to do this and you know how to edit and stuff, the main advice that I would give, have a backlog of videos before you post your first one. That first video is what I found, YouTube will push that the most. If you post a first video and it does really well, post again like 2 days later and like keep doing that. But if your stuff is not as high quality, like it won't work, and that's okay. It didn't work for me. It still isn't working for me. I posted like a couple videos kind of explaining my journey, so check those out. But if you have more like specific advice questions about that, let me know, because I can maybe give you more advice. I would just say like do it for yourself and don't care about views and subscribers.
2020
Kili. No! Don't bring them back.
2024 Ghost Hunter Kili. Will that be a thing?
The more I think about it, the more I really want to do paranormal shit. My thing is, if I start, I'll be so good at it that it's all that they will want from me. And I don't know if I want to subject myself to that, because I would obviously do it with you, because I'm not fucking doing that shit alone. Also, since I'm AFAB, there's like a lot of scary risk. If I explore like an abandoned hospital, I wouldn't be scared of ghosts. I would be scared of people hiding in there about to murder me. You know? If I did want to do like a paranormal video, we live 10 minutes away from Goatman's Bridge, which is like the most demonic bridge in Texas. Oh my god. And I grew up like literally hiking there.
That's Old Alden Bridge way up there. The goat man fell off of. Look at that. That is the sign of death. Looks like someone just slipped in. See? Woo!
It would probably just be one video that I ever make on that subject, and it would probably be with you and my siblings. I don't know if I fully believe. If this was a Sam and Colby video, I'd be at like a 7.75.
I'm a full believer in the paranormal. That comes from like me being raised in the church. That comes from personal experiences. 2 years ago, I really, for some reason, wanted to dedicate my time to opening up my third eye. Sometimes wish I did not do that.
I wish I had a cool experience like that.
It's not.
I grew up watching like Ghost Adventures and shit like that, so I've always like had this idea of ghosts. Our childhood home was really weird and haunted. We would see literal like shadows going up and down the stairs. We all have the same reoccurring nightmare. We've been having that nightmare since we were kids, and we didn't know that we were having the same exact nightmare until a few years ago. We were in the car with my dad, and I just kind of like mentioned this weird dream we had, and my brother was like, wait, that sounds like the dream I always have. I would say a little part of my dream, my brother would finish it, my sister would add on to it, and it was all the same dream. Ever since then, I've kind of believed in it more, but I haven't had many experiences. We've had a couple together though. The house that we moved into over the summer, there's not much creepy paranormal stuff that goes on besides in our room, especially with the closet. If I go in there alone, I'm like, oh god, someone's in here with me. And we had a lot of weird stuff happen like whenever we first moved in. One time I slept with the closet door open for whatever reason, and in the middle of the night I woke up and I was like paralyzed. It wasn't sleep paralysis. I just felt like, oh my god, somebody's in the room and Sophia's next to me, so who the fuck is standing over me right now? My arm was kind of off the bed. It was probably like this. Almost felt like a child was hugging my arm. Tell me.
All the yellow butterflies.
I don't think I've ever told them this. Whenever I was 10, I had a little brother who died at 6 months from sudden infant death syndrome. And it was, yeah, I mean, it's as you imagine, you know. My family always says that like yellow butterflies are like him. And there was one the other day, I think you saw, it like just kept following me wherever I went. If he died at 6 months, how is there a 5-year-old hugging me?
You don't know if it's a 5-year-old, and my thing is just okay,
no,
not
I know.
I
know, it gave me the heebie-jeebies though.
It's not even necessarily like if you die at this age, you're gonna live at this age forever.
Yeah, I guess it would just be like energy.
I think your brother's a kid, and your brother does know you, because just because that time period stopped for you doesn't mean that time period stopped for your brother. Why is this making me want to get emotional?
Oh.
I don't know why I'm gonna start crying. Hold on.
Oh goodness. Should I cut the cameras?
No, it's
cut the cameras.
But I think he has that ability to like walk and run and play, and he's that childlike spirit.
Yeah.
What he can't live out here.
I think my family members visit me a lot. Soph has a story about that one, and Soph actually has a very similar story to the one I'm about to say. Whenever I was 14, I had this really weird dream of my great-grandpa, who like, of course I loved, but I didn't see him much, and there was so much more to it, but the only thing I can really remember, he looked at me and he was like, I love you. It was like so weird and powerful, and I woke up to a call from my grandma saying that he just passed.
It's like, oh my god, spine chilling, but it's beautiful. Not my mom's mom, but my great grandma. When I was in preschool, I was always with her. I was always with my grandma. I was always with my tias. When she passed, I was at my preschool. We were having nap time, and my preschool was in a church, so we were in the chapel. I woke up, got up, went to go sit at the altar, and my teacher came up to me and she was like, hey, she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm talking to God. And she was like, well, what are you talking to God about? She's like, did you have a weird nightmare or something? And I was like, no, my good granny went home. I want to make sure she got home okay. They're like, she's fine, like go back to bed. And not an hour later, my grandma came, picked me up, and she said that my good granny had passed away and I needed to go home.
Oh my god.
But there's been incidences where I've been able to describe people that I don't know that have passed on.
I think it comes from, it sounds so pretentious for me to say that I'm an empath, but I think we're both empaths.
Oh, for sure.
I just remembered something weird that happened. My dad had a little sister and she passed away from cancer whenever she was 3. I have this memory. I was at my grandparents' house and I was playing with her. Like, we're just playing together and I can hear people talking and it's like, oh, this is so real. Like, it felt so fucking real. I had that dream or that memory before I even knew about her. So strange.
I forgot about this, but I tragically lost someone I was very close to in high school. And I had a dream about this person that I was in a very confusing, complicated relationship with. I was in their bedroom and I just remember hearing hooves, like hooves. And then I remember turning around and she was right there in front of me. She goes, you're done here. She was like, you should wake up right now. She was like, if you know what's good for you. She was like, wake up. And I woke up, and then that was the same day that I told you he requested me on Facebook.
I feel like maybe we shouldn't talk about the Jesus story yet. I don't know why I just got this feeling like, save that for another time. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine with that.
Or that happened almost a year ago in April.
Dude, bleep this out. But
we're gonna talk about one more kind of paranormal stuff. I had a project for school where I kind of mentioned this person that I'm about to talk about. I privated this video. If you've seen it, sorry for repeating myself. I had a cousin who passed away. It really impacted me because she was also trans. I always had like this feeling of like, holy fuck, I could have helped her. Like, I could have made her feel like she wasn't alone. I painted a picture. It like resembled her. I wrote down, I didn't even know her name. That's all I could think about because I only knew her dead name until she died.
Because Kili painted like her silhouette basically. I woke up, so it was like if the silhouette pushed forward and came to life, and I knew it was her. And she was wearing this specific dress that Kili first showed me a photo of her in. I saw her and then she saw me. I just thought, oh, turn away. It wasn't like a I should be scared right now. It was more so I think she was checking on Kili. I don't think she wanted to be seen. It's so crazy how that aligned, because those couple of days you were beating yourself up about it before this happened. I feel like it was her way of being like, I'm not mad, so why are you mad?
Yeah.
She was in the form she's meant to be in. Fully transitioned, basically.
The craziest breakdown of my lifetime. And I feel one coming right now. How silly is that? We've been filming for a while, but I hope y'all enjoyed this little Q&A slash story time of our scary experiences. I have a feeling that this one will work. And I'm sorry this is coming out late, but I'm sure you understand. I hope you got to know me a little better and you like what you see, because we're gonna be here all night, baby girl.
Oh yeah.
Subscribe if you want. And maybe one day you'll see some paranormal investigation videos. Bye!
If you're watching this and you know Kili Logan, check her out.
You making fun of me right now?
Yeah.
Ah, scrunchy too big. Hopefully one of those works because I'm not doing this again.